I was working for a radio station here in Vienna, and I got to know about a hotel in the middle of Vienna that was extended by a building that set on zero energy balance, and that made me really getting interested in it. And I called the lady that was the owner of the hotel and said, I want to do a report about the hotel. And that's when I met Michala Reitterer. And I went to the hotel, the Boutiquehotel Stadthalle, with my microphone and my recorder, and we went through the hotel, and I was really stunned. 15 years later, the Boutiquehotel Stadthalle is the first SDG hotel worldwide. And we now want to hear how this all happened, how Michala Reitterer knew already 15 years ago that this was basically the future, that sustainability is a future topic that we all have to build on. Welcome, Michala Reitterer.
Thank you very much for having me here, Markus. I mean, I once worked for the Austrian Hotelier Association as a president for 9 years, and in my time we got this project, we got in touch with this project, and we decided that we will get it through. And I have to congratulate you and the team of the Austrian Hotel Association because you did a very, very excellent job. I'm here, but not to talk about the Austrian Hotelier Association, but about my hotel and what we are doing. It's not only talking about it, it's what you do. And this is what your guests see. I mean, I can tell a lot of stories, and the success of the hotel is probably because of storytelling. But at the end of the day, you have to deliver. Yeah? The guests have to feel comfortable. Our guests have to love what they see. And of course, there may be no greenwashing at all. This is for us the most important thing. We will only fulfill everything we promise to our guests and nothing else. And what we are doing, I will tell a little bit about. This is the hotel. It is not in the city of Vienna, but it is close to the city of Vienna. And the Boutiquehotel Stadthalle has a so-called zero energy balance. We have a passive house, and we have a 150-year-old building. And in the passive house, we have this zero energy balance. What does it mean? Throughout the year, we gain as much energy as we need with a photovoltaic system, with heat water pumps, and a solar system. We collected once, we collected the rainwater. Now we collect the water, the well water that we take for the heat water pumps, and then we also use it for the toilet flushes. We are completely organic. We do a lot of other things, and I will show you some pictures and tell you what we are doing. In 2017, Garbarage, which is a social company in Vienna, they came to the hotel and said, could we not make something with the SDGs? And I said, what the fuck? Well, the SDGs. I've never heard about that. And they said, the Sustainable Development Goals, and they will show us the way to the Paris goals in 2030. And we could do something for it. And we thought perhaps we could have 17 rooms, and every room we donate to one SDG. And I said, let's go for this. It took me 1 minute to think about that and to decide that this can be the right way. Because the SDGs will show us that not only the photovoltaic system on your roof is sustainability, there are so many other ways that you can live sustainable, that you can change your mindset to sustainability. And it's not only the energy you might gain, but there are so many other possibilities. These 17 goals also have sub-goals. All in all, there are 169. Monica, is it correct? But there are only different paths that show you or that bring you to this SDG. You do not need to know them all. Yeah? It is only your personal kind of view that you have on this SDG and how you will follow this SDG and perhaps change something in your life. you saw this picture already in one of the former speeches. This is in our hotel lobby where we see, with us you can reach your goals while you sleep. And this is what we are doing, not only in our SDG rooms, but in our daily operation. Also, all our reports, and we are making small reports because we are an SME, but all our reports are only what do we do for SDG number 1, what do we do for 2, for number 3, for number 4, and that's about it. That's all sustainability. There's nothing more you need to do. And when you leave tonight, before you go to Prater and to this marvelous Stelzen you will have tonight. But on the way there, you could probably ask yourself, what am I doing already? In which of these SDGs am I perfect? What are we doing good? What is my company, my hotel, my office where I'm working? What is my family doing really good? Take only 3 of those. There's nothing more you need for the beginning. 3 SDGs. Where are you really good in? And what are the 2 SDGs that you could perhaps, until the end of this year, also be perfect in? And that's everything I ask you to do. I mean, except you come and visit us one day, yeah, and sleep in one of these SDG rooms. But this is not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about that we can be successful with your stories, because if your only story in a hotel, in a destination, is that you are cheaper than your neighbor, then you will soon be dead. If this is your only story, your story should be, what are we doing for sustainability? Because this is the future for all of us who are in this panel here now. This is our future. What are we going to do? What is my team and I doing every day? And this is what we tell to our guests, and we will not disappoint them, because this is our prime goal. We will not promise them anything that we can not deliver. So let me tell you about some SDGs, and here you see the SDG number 2. I told that there are 17 rooms. There are 16 rooms in our restaurant for the buffet breakfast, because there we celebrate SDG number 2 every day. For instance, we are completely organic. I told you already, we have a huge part in vegan and vegetarian food. We have our own honey. We have about 100,000 bees, so 6 populations on the roof. We have more grilled, we have no grilled bacon, but we have a lot of grilled vegetables. And what we have a sail-shipped coffee. It comes over the sea, over the huge ponds, with a sail ship. And that's why it's a sail-shipped coffee. And this is the story that we tell. It is organic, it is fair-traded. We observe how the people are working there, of course, but it's the mobility that, at the final, delivers us the story about our sail-shipped coffee. And what I forgot to tell, if you have vegan cakes every day, homemade vegan cakes on your buffet every day, also those who eat meat 3 times a day, like my husband does, for instance, then he will always try a bite of the vegan cake. And he said, I normally would never order something vegan in a restaurant, but if I can taste it here, and you convinced me that it is perfect, and the next time, of course, I will try something in vegan quality, because this is the way how you show people the difference. We are not in our hotel standing like this and telling others what they have to do. We just try to tell them in a charming way what they can do, but never what they have to do, because they are all coming for holidays and nothing else. In the SDG number 5, gender equality, is all about gender equality between women and men. It has nothing to do with homosexual people, lesbian people. I do not know all the words in English, but it's not about this. This is for the women, that they have their rights all over the world, because all the SDGs are valid all over the planet. And in every country in this world, the SDG number 5 stands for gender equality. And it has the same color, it has the same sign, and it is always number 5. And when you come home to your country, you will see that the SDGs are still the same. Number 5 will always be gender equality. And this gives a very good opportunity for all our guests to see when they return home, and they will remember, this I once saw in this crazy hotel in Vienna. They have it everywhere, and they will think about our hotel. And I didn't do it because of that, but I did it because of other reasons. But the SDGs are showing me the way, and they give me a good company on my way to tell everybody what we can do. Of course, and I think it's needless to mention, that we do not have a gender pay gap. I mean, all the leading positions are women in my hotel, because out of 34 people, there are 30 women and 4 men working. No, in the meanwhile, we have 5 already. So that's why all leading positions are women positions. But all in all, we are one team. And this shows you about our room number 2 of 5. This is a room facing the street. We have, and you saw it already, a very serene and nice garden, a green oasis. And all the people want to have rooms facing the garden. But we also have rooms facing the street. The SDGs room, you get this self-confidence by selling these rooms, because it's SDG room. And the people want to stay in these rooms. And you do not, in my team, they say, yeah, I'm very sorry, I have only one of those rooms left. No, they are proud in selling and say, this is an SDG room. It's the best you can get, so why don't you take that? And this is what, at the final end, is our business. We have to earn money with it. We are all entrepreneurs. We are working for hotels, for destinations, where we have to be successful to get and to have for the future our, I lost the word. It was not so important, yeah? I saw, because I saw that I have to tell you something else, yeah? That we are not selling water in bottles, but we provide carafes and glasses in these rooms, and tell all our guests, please take the Viennese tap water. It's the best you can get in this world. So we are not selling you any bottled water. Take the one here. And you see here, we made lamps out of tubs, bathtubs, yeah, the people like this furniture, and they like this kind of smile that we provide with every SDG room. This is sustainability and affordable and clean energy, and it shows our solar panels. We have, no, these are the photovoltaic panels, sorry. We have photovoltaic panels, we have solar panels, 130 square meter, 90 square meter photovoltaic panels. We have a heat water pump, and we are collecting the water. So all of this gives us a so-called zero energy balance. And this is what we produce in our hotel on our own. I constructed my first solar panels in 2001 when I bought a hotel. I bought a hotel from my parents because I wanted to have everything settled while they are still living, and to have everything settled with my sister. And that's why I bought a hotel, and I was not educated in this hotel because my parents bought it when I was 22 and moved out already from home. So I'm not this kind of typical Austrian grown up in a hotel. I did a complete other job. I had a travel agency first. The only thing I ever knew was that I want to become a hotel owner, and I knew that with 6 years. It's interesting that I didn't want to work there. I just wanted to own it. Yeah. So there. And that's when I did it in 2000, and in 2001 I constructed my first solar panels. So this was Stone Age for sustainability, and we have to say this. I mean, now the people say, but this is a good concept, and I mean, it's quite trendy. And I say, yeah, but we did it 22 years ago when we made our first steps in this direction. I wanted to have a wind turbine on the roof also, but my neighbors didn't want me to have a wind turbine on the roof, so that's why we still do not have one. But what I do have, and this is, I have to say, I have the best hotel team in the world. And you know one of them already. This was Claudia Plott. She was my former GM before she became mother and became one of the best coaches. She was the one who told about all the efforts in the Austrian hotels. She was my former GM. She's still our coach. And we have a great team. And I have to say, you know, if they feel comfortable and they see what the purpose of work is, yeah, we have more applications than we need people to work for us. And this is only because there's a new word, this is purpose-driven work. People want to see a purpose. They want to put their energy where their purpose is seen, and where they see that somebody else is also doing efforts in sustainability. We get applications from other branches. They are no hotel people. They say, in the company where I am working now, they do not care about sustainability, and that's why I want to work for you. Is it okay or not? And the only thing, and we all know it, when there's an application and you talk to the people, you know it within the first 5 seconds. Everything else is polite. Either you take him or her or not, yeah? But you know it within the first 5 seconds. And then you know if this is somebody who loves other people or not, and then they should work with you in the hospitality business or not. And this is the only thing we are looking when we take other people working for us from other branches. So I have the best team, I told you already, and I am living in the best town on this planet. For me, it is Vienna, and you know that Vienna is one of the most livable cities in this world, and it is, of course, a very sustainable city, and that's why we donated 1 room to Vienna, and you see here the lamps are bike helmets, and this Stadtwanderweg and all the other signs that show what you can do here in Vienna to explore the city on a bike, with the underground or all the other public transport, but not by car. And if you arrive in the Boutiquehotel Stadthalle by train or by public transport, you get a 10% reduction on your room rate. We pay 18% with Booking.com. We pay only 10% to our guests at Book Direct, and travel sustainable. It is only for those who arrive by train or by bike. And it's not for those who arrive at the airport and take the train to the city. No. It's not. I mean, some of them came with their ticket and they wanted to get the green bonus as well. But no. That's not what we are doing. It's only for those who arrive by bike or by train. We are doing this now for 14 years with the green bonus, and I can tell you, and I'm very happy about it, that others implemented that too. And that's what it's about. Only if we are doing things together, we get strong. I do not want to do this all on my own. You see also our facade garden. I mean, this is another speech that I can't hold on facade gardens and green facades, yeah, because there are also disadvantages, but I like it most. And it is the first impression when the guests come to the hotel and it's all about the first impression, as you all know. It is also about life below water. It is about the pollution of the water, of the seas worldwide. And we know that this is a huge problem, not in Austria because we're not connected to the sea, but also for our lakes and for our rivers. And we have to watch it. And what we are doing, we really avoid any kind of waste wherever we can. Here you see that I collected flip-flops by beach cleaning in Bali, and then, of course, we control the sea, whether it's clean or not, and I have to say it is not. But we collected these flip-flops, and then we made this fish out of it for the room for life below water, number 14. We have a lot of other ideas over there, but it is eminent what we are doing with the sea, and we heard that in 2100 there will be no coral reefs anymore, and I think that I do not have to tell you what will be at the final end. This will be a catastrophe. And this is our team member Clara. She's one of our SDG ambassadors. We have 17 ambassadors, and every ambassador, she took one, or he took one SDG and said, I am the ambassador for this. I want to talk to the world about these SDGs because I am enthusiastic about that. And for instance, this is the SDG that I think is the most important. And for her, she thought that SDG number 16, peace, justice, and strong institutions, is her SDG. I mean, it's a bad SDG because how can you make the furniture in a room out of it? But you see here the night shelves, they are the law books that we have, these books of codes for the Austrian laws. We have them here for the both night shelves, and we had a lot of other ideas in these rooms. You ask yourself, okay, it's also nice, she's telling a nice story, but isn't there anything that could be a disadvantage too? And I can tell you, yes, there is also a disadvantage, because to be completely organic, to be sustainable is also more expensive. And the one thing is the question, can I afford sustainability? And the second question is, do I want to afford sustainability? And this is always the point. I mean, you could do something else with your money, but for me, it's the only way to run a business, to run it sustainable. And either it's CSR, or it's SDGs, or it is ESG, or whatsoever. Final, it's what you make out of it. What do you want to reach? Which goals do you want to reach? And I can tell you, please do it not like, you know, a fast shot. Think about what do you want to do with it? What do you want to reach? What are your goals, your personal goals, the goals for your company? And then do it. And do not make one quick shot, one next quick shot, and the next one. The point is, it has to be authentic. Guests are quite severe, and sustainable guests, you know, Claudia, yeah, they are very severe. And they want to have it transparent, and they want to have it well done. Everything else they will not accept, because they pay more for it. The advantages is you do not need a PR agency, because you have your own stories, and you do not need anybody else to tell about your stories, because there's every day another story. You do not sell via your price. You will not even one day say, I'm cheaper than the others are. You can always say, I'm better than the others are. And sustainability is not a question about 3 stars, 4 stars, or 5 stars. It's a question about your attitude. and what you're doing out of it. And I can tell you that there is no planet B, and that sustainability is not a project, it is a process. You will not have it done in 4 or 5 months. Once you started it, you will do it every day because you will love it. And there will be so many great ideas that you and your team will have. So I can only recommend you to follow this path, because you know once there was an interview 2 or 3 months ago, and they asked me, what do you want that your granddaughter will say in 20 years? And I said to her, you know what, I can tell you what I do not want her to say. If she says, the generation of my grandmother made everything wrong, they knew about it, and they didn't change anything, and at least what we wanted was only such a good life as they had, and even this we do not have, and it is their fault. And if our children and grandchildren will say that, then we know that we are fucked up. And that's why I kindly ask you to think about it, what your 3 SDGs are. So please, what I always say, follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, not because of your followers, but I want you to copy us. And if you copy, please paste. Yeah? Do the same. Do the same in your hotel, yeah? Just live sustainability, live this process. It is not a project. And in 20 years, we will see again, and then we know whether we fucked up or not. Thank you very much.